So Nintendo and Game Freak put out a Pokemon Nintendo Direct this week. And in case you don't know what the fucking Nintendo Direct is, basically, it's something that Nintendo came up with back when they were trying to avoid actually showing up at E3. So they created this live stream thing that they do where they, show clips of their upcoming games, get their executives to do a bunch of cringy shit, to get all the Nintendo fanboys and fangirls all hyped so they piss their pants every time they see a new image of fucking Mario, a Link, or some shit, and get all excited about the next game, and ooh, what's it gonna be like, and, can't fucking wait to go shell out fucking $60 for a brand new title that I haven't even played. Don't even know if it's any good yet, but hey, Nintendo's been hyping it up for months, so, I'm buying it, goddammit. How could I not buy it with all that fucking hype? Look at that hype machine. Look at all those fanboys and fangirls just wetting themselves. Yeah, new Nintendo games, let's go, come on, new Nintendo games. What was my point? Oh yeah, Nintendo Direct. So basically, Nintendo has decided that they're not just gonna do this Nintendo Direct thing around E3. No. They're gonna do it all year round, whenever the fuck they feel like it. Got something to announce, Nintendo Direct. One of the Nintendo executives blew their nose, and it got some of it on their lip. Nintendo Direct. Okay. Yoshi got a hard-on for Birdo, and then realized that Birdo is in fact trans, and is now having some very confusing feelings. So, Nintendo Direct. Let's go, motherfuckers. But, this particular Nintendo Direct is about Pokemon. Pokemon Sword and Shield, to be exact. And, they're announcing some exciting new features coming to, Pokemon Sword and Shield. All ones that you have to pay for, of course. Because, releasing unfinished games and then charging extra for the add-on content that you just arbitrarily decided isn't part of the main game, has become somewhat of a quite common practice in the gaming industry as of, well, I was gonna say as of late, but it's been going on for a while now. In fact, Nintendo, to be slightly fair, seem to have been the latest ones to jump on this bandwagon. But I think it illustrates an overarching problem with the game industry as a whole. Okay? We shell out $60 for a game that we don't know if we're gonna like or not. We haven't played it. We haven't fucking played it. And, it used to be the fact that these companies would put everything into these games. They'd add fucking bonus content out the ass. It'd be everywhere. There'd be all kinds of extra stuff to do. Post-game, there'd be side quests, there'd be mini-games. There'd be all kinds of shit. But lately, Nintendo doesn't seem to think this is important anymore. Lately, Nintendo seems to think that just, putting out the bare minimum and charging full price for it is, a decent business practice that isn't gonna fuck them over. But I think Nintendo forgets that their unwillingness to do things like that is what set them apart from the gaming industry in the first place. There's a reason that I went for Nintendo systems over Xbox and PlayStation for the longest time. Because I knew that when I bought a Nintendo game, I was getting my fucking money's worth. I knew that, there was gonna be enough content that I was gonna be having fun with this game for a good, long fucking time. But that's just not the case anymore. Because now, enter a game like Pokemon Sword and Shield that already had a lot of controversy before it was even released. People being pissed, and rightfully so, that a longtime staple of the series, being able to transfer all Pokemon from previous titles into the new games, it was nowhere to be found. they cut over half of the Pokemon that fans grew to love over the last 2 decades, and they just said, fuck you. Fuck you. You want your favorite fucking Pokemon? Fuck you, you don't get it. It's not in this game. And what was their reasoning again? Something like, oh, well, we can't, or it's a lot of work, or, you know, and hey, then we may never do this again. You know, we may never put all Pokemon in one game again because it's just too much work. Well, it seems to me like the minute there's a bit of backlash, Nintendo fucking, or Game Freak, or probably both, realize that, oh shit, we've got a controversy on our hands. And even though the vast majority of fucking Pokemon fanboys are sitting there just licking it up off the carpet like it's fucking filet mignon or some shit. You know, gotta lap it all up. It's good. It's can't let any of it go to waste. It's Pokemon. It's fucking Pokemon. Take my money, motherfuckers. Here, I'll buy Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I'll buy the special edition Switches that come with each of them. Because you know what? I'm a Pokemon fanboy. And I need all things Pokemon. Well, now they've got a new thing. The Expansion Pass. The Expansion Pass, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for those of you who don't know, again, there's a long time tradition in the Pokemon series where they'll release 2 games, you know. Originally it was Red and Blue, or Red and Green in Japan. And then, after about a year, they'll put together a sort of master version, okay? That has all the Pokemon from both versions and some new content, you know? And then they released Pokemon Yellow. And then, you know, a few years later with Gold and Silver, they released Crystal. And then Emerald. And then Platinum. But ever since Black and White, they've stopped randomly. But with Black and White, it was fine because Black 2 and White 2 were great fucking games. 2 of my favorite Pokemon games of all time. Great fucking games. And so I could forgive that. And I thought, okay, they're going in a new direction. They're making proper fucking sequels now. Which, next generation, we come to find out, no, they're not. Next generation, there was no follow-up to be seen or heard from. And then with Pokemon Sun and Moon, we had the worst of all, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Which basically had the same story, same characters, same everything, same Pokemon. A few new Pokemon added in, a few little tweaks in the story here and there. Personally, I didn't play it long enough to actually see any differences from the first one. I got too pissed and threw my fucking 3DS against the wall, you know, which is really quite understandable, you know. I'm not the only one. You know, that game pissed a lot of people off, and rightfully so, okay? But now it's a new generation, and Nintendo has or Game Freak rather, has a new chance to, you know, try something new. And what are they doing? Well, they're kind of going back to their old tricks a little bit. They're, rather than making one expansion pass that works for both games, no. Okay, instead, there's 2 expansion passes. One for Sword, one for Shield. And, you have to buy both of them. If you want all the content, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta buy both of them. Okay, so, let's just take a look at something real quick here. Okay? So, if I want Pokemon Sword right now, I'd pay $60, okay? And if I want the Pokemon Sword expansion pass, I'd pay $30, okay? That's $90. $90 times 2 for the hardcore Pokemon fanboys and fangirls out there, and you know they exist. Heck, I used to be one. I used to fucking be one. And now, I've turned into the sort of motherfucker that won't even fucking buy the new Pokemon games because I can tell already that I'll be disappointed by them. And that's the fucking problem, is that there's too many games that are just pure disappointments. And No one says anything. You just go and buy this shit, and if you don't like it, too fucking bad. Too fucking bad. The company has your money now. They have your fucking money. And there's nothing you can do. You can't, well, I mean, you can sell the game for less than it's worth. You know? You could try that. You could, I don't know, tie the game to a fucking, firework and shoot it up in the air and watch it explode. Probably get more entertainment than you would out of some of these games that we pay full price for these days. But companies aren't satisfied just charging us full price, ladies and gentlemen. They have to charge us more than that. They have to artificially take out portions of the game, set them aside, sell us an incomplete product, and then charge us extra for what remains. Do you really think that's fucking fair? Do you think that makes any fucking sense? I don't. And that's why I don't buy new video games anymore. That's why I probably will never buy a new Nintendo game anymore. I only have two exceptions. One, if it's on sale, okay, and it's a decent enough sale, and I've seen enough reviews backing up that it's a good game, because I don't believe Nintendo's bullshit anymore. Like, oh, we're pleased to introduce to you a brand new title that we've put so much work into, and you're really gonna be impressed by this, you know? Fuck out of here, okay? Another new thing that they announced that I'll get into quickly before I end this here, because I know this is getting pretty long, you know, is the game Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, what's it called? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. That just rolls off the tongue, don't it? It's a remake. A remake of a classic Pokemon game. And, I mean, you know, what I thought was, hey, you know, it wouldn't be too bad to see, some old games in HD. You know, that's the point of a remake anyway, isn't it? At least these days, if you're gonna remake a game, the point is to, you know, do it in HD, right? Full HD remaster, otherwise what's the fucking point? Well, tell me what the fuck this is. What the fuck is this? It seems that rather than putting any real work into remastering their old games, Nintendo thinks, and this has been their strategy for a while, that the best course of action is take an old game, find some kind of new wacky art style, and, you know, recreate the game with that new art style, and then release it for full price. Nintendo, I didn't ask for this. A lot of people didn't ask for this. I personally would have been happy with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team, or whatever, being ported, you know, from the Game Boy or the DS. You know, why not just do that? And that leads me into a bigger problem that I have with the Switch in general, and this kind of illustrates the point of the problem that I've had with the Switch since its very beginning. All Nintendo wants to do, rather than just give us access to the old games that we know and love, is hold them hostage from us. Hold on to them, keep them locked away in a vault, pull them out one at a time, remaster it, and then charge us full price for it. Instead of giving us access to the original game unaltered for, you know, a reasonable fucking price. Now, why do they do this? Obviously because they can make more fucking money. And obviously because they think, hey, if I put the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on the Switch, no one's gonna buy the remake. So why am I gonna do that? Well, you know what? Why am I gonna buy a Switch, goddammit? Because you know what? I already have that game on my fucking Wii U. I have it. I have most old fucking Nintendo games on my fucking Wii U. Back from a time when Nintendo knew that it was smart to actually let people have access to the games that made that company so popular, you know? But clearly that's a thing of the past now. That's over. We don't do that anymore. We hold on to these games. We give them to you when we're ready to give them to you. We put minimal effort into remastering them, and you're gonna take them and pay for them with a big old smile. Yep. Big old smile. Hey, I'm so happy to be ripped off by Nintendo. Aren't you? Something's gotta change. I mean, I've long said that what I personally think the gaming industry needs is another crash. Yeah. Let's see all these gaming companies, these giant gaming companies, fall to their fucking knees where they belong, and see some fucking indie developers rise up and take back the market. You know, people who actually have passion for creating video games, not people who are just trying to make a fucking buck. And there are a number of companies that have just fallen victim to this. Nintendo is not the only one. I mean, EA has been evil for as long as I can remember. Square Enix, one of my favorite gaming publishers, is now doing this sort of bullshit. You know? It's everywhere you look. What I think we need to do, just stop buying these games. Stop buying them. Stop buying them. Don't buy a game unless you know 100% without a doubt that you are going to enjoy playing it. How about go play it at a friend's house or watch your favorite live streamer play it. Make sure it's something you actually want to spend your money on. Don't just blindly give these companies your money just because they ask for it. It shouldn't be that fucking easy. A company should not be able to just slap an IP onto a game and have empty-headed idiots everywhere just buying it up. It's fucking dumb. And the problem, more than anything, more than the people who are doing this, more than the actual scamming game developers, the real cause of the problem is you and me, all of us, who fucking allow these companies to operate the way they do, and we say nothing. We just sit back, watch it happen, and buy the next game, turn our brain off, and convince ourselves that it's a fucking masterpiece. Well, I, for one, am done with that shit. Anyway, this has been Jae Darke. If you enjoyed this shit, give it a fucking thumbs up, subscribe, go check out my other channel, Darke Live, where I do live streams, and join our Discord to get notified for future content. I've been Jae Darke. Peace out and piss off. Also, fuck you, Nintendo.